Do 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 do. Do. No, 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 no. Yo, what's up, y'all? How we doing? Hey, what's up, Dave? What's good? Hold on, my chat's not showing up on the screen again. Give me un momento. Dominating as usual. As usual. What's up, Bobs? What's up, Susie? What's up, Cleo Tio? Gotta see if I can get this chat working on screen. Hold on, just uni momento here. Why aren't you working? I don't know. Couldn't even tell you. How you guys doing? What's going on? About to make tacos. Nice. Nice. Love me some tacos. I could have gone for a taco today. I had a pretty good meal. I'm full. I'm topped off today. And I got food if I need to make more. So we're looking real good. We're looking real fucking good over here in Dirtbag America. Oh, I see what's going on. My little doodad's not up and running. What's going on with you guys? Talk to me while I try and figure out why this isn't working. I don't know. Oh, just put chicken quesadillas in the oven. You guys, I don't want to hear about the delicious food you're eating today. Can we just not with that? I don't want to hear about the cheese or the salt or the fat or the meat or the delicious things that I want to eat right now. Actually, tell me, everybody tell me what you ate for dinner and maybe lunch, and I'll tell you what I ate for dinner and maybe lunch. Actually, I haven't even had anything like dinner yet. An ad just popped up overtaking the live. I backed out and came back, and that fixed it though. Nice. I do think I have ads enabled on here. I think each live I've made like maybe 50 cents or something, but I'm not complaining. Made a pedal board to replace the basement floor. That sounds pretty badass. You're gonna lay it in the floor? Curious. Manicottis with the red sauce. Cleo. I'm struggling over here. I'm struggling. Ugh. Well, that sounds delicious. I want to get chat working right now, but my extension isn't working, and I don't know why. It didn't load for some reason. So here, maybe I can open up a separate window for it. See what happens. No, it's not there either. I don't know, maybe I deleted it by accident. Oh well. You know what that means? We're gonna get the janky chat. We're gonna get the janky chat on screen for the people. What else are you guys eating? What else is going in the body today? Keep I need the motivation, you know? Oh god, how do I find okay. Just ignore that. Ignore that. You don't see it. Just pretend like it's not even there. It blows my mind how people who live stream all the time can just like do this shit so fast. I just don't understand. Just pretend like nothing's happening. Here we go. All right, and then we'll go this. Go like this. Hold on. Boom. Does this work? Hey, whoa, that is janky. That is janky. Look at that. Woo, that looks good. That looks good. We're professional in this bitch. Look at that. Wow. Hold up. I can do better. Hold up. Give me just a second. All right, let's try this. And let's try No, that's good. Let's do that. There we go. Yeah, we got the whole damn chat on screen. Wow, YouTube. The old YouTube chat hack. I don't know what happened to my extension. I guess I'll have to re-download that later. So interesting, so fun how things always change. Always changing in the live stream experience. All these technical difficulties that just emerge out of nowhere. Oh, wait. There we go. I thought I was losing real estate. Okay. Bam. I'm with you. I'm here. How we doing? Fucking expand this chat on my screen all the goddamn way. Okay, how's that look? How we feeling? We feeling good? Everybody happy? We can all read everything? It's been a good day over here, you guys. I ate well today. I'm filled up. I'm topped off. It's been a good day. Okay, what do we got here? I'm coming back through. The pedal boards were just the pedals, I'm guessing, were scattered on the floor. Nice. That's where they belong. They belong on the floor for easy access use. So the festival I run info merch for is centered around a Daredevil downhill derby, and it's Labor Day weekend. They hadn't posted the registration form this year yet. I made it happen today. Well, that's kind of fun. That sounds cool. Yeah, what does one do at the downhill derby? I had 2 hot dogs for lunch and a side of buttered mixed vegetables. Ugh, that sounds so good. Damn it. Ugh. Wow. Okay. Well, that's cool. That's cool. I'm not jealous. What's the jerky? What's the janky chat? Oh, the janky chat is my black YouTube chat that I changed. Before it's like nice and transparent and on screen, and I spent a bunch of time figuring out how to do it. But it requires an extension that apparently decided to delete itself from Chrome. So we're just living our best life without it today. Fresh tomato and mozzarella sounds so good right now. Sounds so good. I'll tell you guys the story of what I made for dinner in a moment, but it was a great day, you guys. I feel so much better. And you know, it's really interesting. So yesterday, just to recap real quick, and then I'll tap back in on chat. Yesterday, to recap for the people that missed it. Yesterday was the first day of the challenge. We're trying not to buy any food for 7 days. My fridge, I moved everything in my fridge to the bottom shelf, and it's off limits. I can't touch anything that I've already had, any food that I already have, and I can't eat anything out of my garden, which doesn't really matter because I probably have like 4 potatoes and a cabbage that's like this big, so it's not really that big of a loss. But just for fun, I can't eat anything out of my garden because I did a bunch of, because the idea for me is like if I went from having an income to having no income and needed to feed myself very spontaneously, and I didn't have any food in the fridge, if I was broke and my fridge was empty, what would I do? What resources are available to me to figure this out? And also just like, I feel like I've been eating like shit lately and I haven't been prioritizing food in my life, so I'm excited to just, change it up and see what I can do for less. So yesterday, day one, we took the boat out. My plan was I'm gonna take the boat out to the lake. I'm gonna catch as many fish as I can. I'm gonna catch like 5-7 fish, and I'm gonna come home. I'm gonna have fish for breakfast at the lake. I'm gonna have fish for dinner, and I'm gonna pick a bunch of blackberries, and then I'll have a couple in the fridge ready to go for the rest of the week. I thought I'd be on the lake. I got there at 8. I thought I'd be there till about 2 p.m. I did not get off the lake yesterday until 4:30. I only caught 3 fish, and I was so hungry, and it was so hot, and I didn't bring any sunscreen, and I got fucking torched. I got roasted yesterday. I probably still look a little flushed, in fact. And I think like I just didn't expect to need so many calories for that activity, because in a way it's pretty low energy, but I needed way more than I expected, and I think the sun took it out of me. I got in the water a couple times to cool off. I think that made me hungrier. So I went to bed last night like woozy and hot, crispy, and a little bit hungry. I ended up eating all 3 fish. I saved maybe like this much trout for the breakfast this morning. And yeah, it was a tough day. Let me tell you, it was a tough day. I was pretty exhausted. So that was day one. But I had a plan. I planned a few things out for this week. And I knew if I could get to today, I would be all right. Today, I actually woke up feeling way better than I expected. I don't know if I was just processing out some stuff yesterday or what, but I woke up feeling like pretty good and like energized, and I just like did a bunch of cleaning. I got the house put back together. I did all the dishes. It was crazy yesterday. I was just like in adrenaline mode trying to get food into my body. I know it's only one day, but it's just crazy like how quickly your life can degrade if you're not eating. So today at 2 o'clock, the food bank opened, and I went over there and I got a bunch of stuff, mostly just like grains and staples, a couple canned foods. I got like a bunch of kale, like a bundle of kale, some potatoes, and some fucking bagels. They had bagels. So we got bagels in the house. And I brought that back and kind of did a little bit of finagling to get a meal together. That was not amazing. I am not allowing myself to use any spices or any fat or anything like that unless I can find it. or forage it or catch it or what have you or trade for it. But I so I made kind of a freaky dinner. I'll tell you guys about that in a sec. But anyway, let's go back. I'm gonna tap back in here with you guys. So that was the day. That's what happened today. I pretty much just went to the food bank. I made myself a huge lunch. I had a little bit of the trout and a little bit of blackberry sauce in the morning, and that was pretty good. That definitely helped me get through. What's up? What's up, Anders? Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the live. Yeah, I've been doing these a little more often lately, so I'm starting to get into the swing of it. Though I do blame you, as since discovering your channel, I've started eyeing up every piece of scrap wood I see. That's the influence I want to have on people. That's great. I love to hear that. Get that free shit. Get out there and leverage the waste pool that we have available to us in the USA. Beans. There are lots of different dishes to make with beans. I got a bag of beans, Cleo. I got a bag of black beans. They are dry. In fact, I was thinking about cooking some tonight, putting them on boil so I can have them around for the week. But I'm pretty excited about how this video is going to go, you guys. Like, I don't know. It's going to be a really weird one, like super different for me, but I'm just trying a bunch of different long form formats because nothing I have done so far has really like grown. I'm still learning. So this one's definitely going to be more of like a follow me along vlog. I'm trying to be as like real as I can, not scripted. And then I'll probably go back through at the end and just like add in some voiceover or some script components to like tie the story together. But yeah, I've been working on a shot where I basically show the fridge every single day at the end of the day, and then show like the different cupboards and spice areas, so you can see how it goes from nothing to like full with more and more food. And then by the end of the week, I think I should have a pretty abundant you know, amount of food locked away. So that's pretty fucking cool. I have the best food banks in Bellingham. Monday, Wednesday, Friday access, fresh produce alternative, milks, eggs, cheese, and protein in every visit. That's so sick. That's so sick. Yeah. I feel like the one I used to go to in Seattle was just popping. You could take, like, they had all sorts of different meat. They had, it was right by like a Trader Joe's and like a Co-op and a bunch of other nice grocery stores. So they just got all that stuff. And then the farmer's market on the weekend would dump its produce there. So they had some good shit. The one out here is still great. It's just usually got like basics like pasta, oatmeal, beans, a couple cans. They've usually got, they didn't have onions today, but they usually have potatoes and onions. They've usually got a little veggie cooler that some of the farms donate to. And then usually maybe you'll get like one meat source. There wasn't any fresh meat today. There was like canned chicken. But it does the job. And I feel like I want to like talk about how helpful food banks have been for me in the video just a bit, and like plug food banks, because like they were busy today. And I was asking them, like, have you guys been busy lately? They're like, yeah. You know, food banks, I don't know this, I gotta look this up, but I'm fairly certain, maybe you guys know in chat, I'm fairly certain that food banks are struggling with funding. They're losing, you know, they've been getting their grants cut and stuff like that at the government level. But it's a kind of resource that, as we go into a questionable time in United States history, potentially another great fun recession, and then potentially depression / authoritarian regime, it's one of those resources that's like pretty, just can like really save your ass, and will probably help a lot of people. So awesome, very cool, love that. Any plum or dig trees around here? I don't know what fig. Yes, plums for sure. They're almost out. They're almost ripe. We've got a lot of figs in Seattle, but not where I'm at now. I haven't seen as many fig trees. It's a little bit colder here, stronger marine layer. But I used to have a couple fig trees that I would visit. I love a good fig. I love plums too. What's up, Wally Flower? You made it. Yo. I was just giving the recap from yesterday, but you watched the stream, so I probably don't have to recap it for you. And then today, I was telling people that we pretty much just went to the food bank and got a huge food haul. And now I've got at least like a baseline laid out for the week of calories. So from here, like, now that I'm feeding myself, now we get to like step it up and see how far we can level it up and like what abundance I can muster up in 7 days. I'm excited about that. American burnweed grows commonly in a lot of places and tastes like watercress. Interesting. American burnweed. Never heard of it. I wish I could look stuff up and screen share it with you guys, but it lights my computer on fire. So until I get a nicer computer, we can't look up herbs together. But that would be pretty fun to do. You guys always are giving all the best suggestions. Lots of waste up here in Canada too. Been lots of stories of food banks being way behind demand up here. Yeah. That's been happening here too. I know somebody who works locally at the food bank, and they said things are looking dire in a lot of ways. One thing that I've heard is really cool that you can do at food banks if you need some food, but you do have some money to pay. You can like go and get food, but just like donate like $20 or something. And maybe you walk away with $50 worth of food, but they can make that $20 go way farther than you could at the grocery store. So I never really thought about doing that before, but at the end of this video, I'm going to do a pretty hearty donation. I'm not sure if I'm going to like ask for donations in the video or if I'm just going to like give a portion of the revenue or potentially all the revenue to the food bank, because I usually don't make more than like $30 to $50 per YouTube video right now. So hey man, you can also blend the beans and make chocolate cake if you get your hands on some hot chocolate packets. What? No way. It isn't typical for desserts, but it's a tasty way to get a bunch of nutrients. That's crazy. Like a bean cake? Just beans? Like straight up beans and chocolate? I'm gonna have to try that. That sounds good. As SNAP benefits get cut, the food banks cover the gap. Yeah, I haven't looked this up. I don't remember if food banks are at risk for losing funding right now or not. Maybe I'll look that up real quick. If you can find purslane, it's one of my favorites. Yeah, maybe I should look for purslane. No, not just beans and chocolate, Cleo. I need that recipe. Don't forget common blue violet is edible. Wood sorrel. I've eaten wood sorrel before. It is good. It's like astringent. Let's see. The Trump admin defunding food banks. I feel like food banks are probably a mix of local and government support, but I don't actually know that for a fact. Okay. I'm trying really hard not to use AI as much in the fucking Google search anymore. Here we go. US Senate Gov. That doesn't seem like where I'd want to be. This article is from April 2nd, 2025. Like last year. Last month, President Trump slashed $1 billion in federal funding used to purchase food for food banks and other organizations that provide meals like school and child care centers. He's now canceling another $500 million in already approved funding for food banks and other emergency food providers through the Emergency Food Assistance Program. So, there you go. I feel like food banks are one of those socialized forms of like community care that are just, they actually work. They actually help. Gotta maybe have some flour in the bean cake, but I know Liam has a list of good ingredients he's tried. Okay, heard. I might have to look up bean cake because I do have black beans. I don't know if I'm going to be able to come up with any chocolate. Dandelions, wild onions, purslane, wild apples, elderberries, blackberries are all popping in my bioregion. Okay, I gotta look around then for purslane. Finding wild onions would be awesome. I thought for sure the food bank would have onions. They usually do, but it's okay. I feel like onions make everything taste better, but you don't need them to make food all right. Henry, the Seattle mural artist, is raising crazy money for food banks with his Jimothy themed paintings. That's awesome, dude. Henry's OG. I remember seeing his stuff when I was fucking in elementary school. There was one in my neighborhood. Good for him. Yeah, I'd like to incorporate some kind of like fundraising for food banks with this upcoming video. I don't really know how it's going to perform. I really don't know like how to package it, because it's not really like a bushcraft video. It's not an exclusively foraging or like fish catching video. There's a lot of videos like that, like 7 days surviving off of, you know, whatever I catch or whatever. But it's like I'm looking at it more as a practical form of feeding yourself. You know, just like how to feed yourself for free, basically. Maybe that's a good title. I don't know. So I'm actually a chef who works for a community kitchen in Lansing, Michigan. Oh, nice, Corey. Have you guys dealt with like funding cuts and stuff? That's very on brand for the Drump in it. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. It makes sense, you know? I mean, with how they're rolling, it seems like lines up with the policy. Makes a lot of sense. And super fucking stupid. Super stupid. It's like one of those obvious social programs that just like functions well. I actually, honestly, I was thinking about it today because I haven't been back to the food bank in a minute because I've been making enough money and I didn't feel like I needed to go. But I was thinking about it today and I was like, man, I actually almost prefer going to the food bank than going to the grocery store, even though they do have limited ingredients. But like, it kind of simplifies the food eating process and I just end up with a bunch of random stuff that I get to like figure out how to use rather than going to the store and just having like anything I could want but I have to pay money for it. Instead you just go and like pick up your box and you just like figure out what you're gonna make with it, you know. I like it. Gluten-free brownies, 1 can black beans, melted chocolate and sugar, cocoa mix, an egg, and pour in a pan. That is so interesting. I guess why not? Like, beans are so mild. They're not really super savory tasting. They're like, I associate them with savory foods, but they're pretty mild if you don't salt them. I've heard of other, like, I guess I've heard of other baked bean goods. Might have to try that. If I get some sugar and some cocoa. Food banks and community kitchens like mine need cash donations more than anything else. Good to know. Good to know. Yeah, I was thinking it'd be kind of cool just to like start going back to the food bank, but just donating like more than it costs for them for the food that I'm taking, like trying to figure that out. I have a friend who works there. I could probably ask her like, yo, how much money does it make, like what's your average cost per individual or something, and then I could just like double that or something. Can confirm black bean brownies are fucking great. I should give them a shot. I just gotta get some sugar and some cocoa. I've been doing this for 5 full years this November. Grants are harder to get now, and also just the price of groceries is so much more expensive. We serve lunch to anyone who needs it 4 days a week. Nice. So sick. Yeah, it's going up. I mean, that's part of what motivated me to make this video. You know, I do feel like the costs oscillate. Like, I noticed gas is sort of like oscillating back down, but I feel like the trend is probably like this, you know? It's like an upward wave. I was so poor in Arkansas that we never used the oven because the electricity cost too much. We cooked on a flat plug griddle instead. Nice. You know, those flat plug griddles, they'll get the job done, though. They will get the fucking job done. But yeah, Corey, good for you, man. Or person. For doing that. For being in that space. I feel like that's a really cool and very enriching space and like a super valuable community service. Red lentils are awesome and low-cost food item. Wash them well before to get any chemicals they sprayed with them with, but you can cook them in 10 minutes to make a paste for toast. I used to fuck with red lentils. I used to eat those a lot. Yeah, I like the reds too because you can cook them in 10 minutes. Like the green ones take so long. The yellow, I always feel like I undercooked green lentils when I would try to make those. I love red lentils. They're so like naturally savory too. But anyway, so my food bank haul today was pretty solid. I got a cup. I didn't get a lot of vegetables. I have a plan tomorrow to meet up with a friend of mine and do a little work trade and help her like get this. She asked for some help with this shed roof. She just needs a second pair of hands that she's building. And she manages the like a school garden program out here where they grow a bunch of food and teach kids how to grow it, and they have a bunch of produce that they don't have homes for. So she said I can come through and work trade and take some veggies home. So I didn't get a lot of vegetables because I knew I'd have that lined up to expand my options. And then in the morning, I'm really excited, which I do have to do a little prep for this tonight. I can't forget, but I am heading out. I'm going to see if I can get some Dungeness crab in the mix. Even there's another type of crab out here called Red Rock, which is good to eat, but it's not as big. I'd take those too, though. They'll fill you up. But I'm going to go out in the low tide and walk the tide, see if I can scoop up a couple crabs. I've done this before, and I've taken like 5 of each. You can only take 5 total of each, but I've limited out is what they call it. So I've hit my limit, and then like 1 crab does me like just fine. So that's my plan for tomorrow. We're gonna go crabbing in the morning. I've got a crab pot that I'm gonna drop, and then gonna scope the low tide for some crabs. I'm gonna leave the pot there overnight, go do the garden thing with my friend, and then in the morning the next day I'm gonna go out and pick it back up. Well, sometime, I don't know if I'm gonna do it in the morning, but sometime on the next day I'm gonna go out and pick the pot back up, see if I can get another couple crabs in the boat. And the big event that I'm excited for on Friday is driving out to an area that has pretty clean water, salt water, and I'm going to make a big batch of sea salt and just get like, because everything that I'm making right now, or everything that even the trout yesterday, if I just had some salt on that shit, it would have been good. And it was good anyway, but I've wanted to make sea salt for a while. I've wanted to do a sea salt making video, so I'm pretty excited to try that. I've never done it before. So that's my plan for tomorrow and the next day. We're gonna basically take what we've got now and we're just gonna keep building on it until I'm realizing, like, going into this challenge, I thought it might be a challenge that was more like, you know, about scarcity, but I'm realizing after today, like, my pantries I'm gonna be topped off. I'm gonna have a lot of food, so yeah, I think the challenge is actually gonna look a little bit different. In Arkansas, as students living off campus, we get $50 a 50-pound bag of rice and 50-pound bag of pinto beans. That was groceries. Oh my god, that's crazy. I guess you can make it work with that. I guess, you know. I do actually love a good beans and rice, but beans and rice every single day is another battle. Crab, that's deluxe. What are you gonna bait it with? Yeah, dude, I'm so excited. It's so filling too. Oh, I feel like that's what I need. I am gonna bait it with. There's another thing I'm excited about: the trout guts that I caught yesterday. So that's something I'm having a lot of fun doing in this video. Is like, not only am I not buying food, but I'm not buying any food even if I'm not going to eat it. So something that was really challenging about yesterday on the lake was normally I bait my hooks with corn and the trout just love it and the kokanee love it and they bite so hard. But since I didn't want to buy any corn, I used worms from the worm bin that I've been cultivating for a while and tried baiting with those. And it did work. I'd never tried it before. It just didn't work as well. So, but it was just kind of fun. Like, I've got this resource. How can I use it to get food? And then I got the trout. Now I've got trout guts. How can I use that to, get even more? How can I build on that? And I'm hoping if I can get like an extra crab or two, potentially being able to do a trade. Because Dungeness crab's like a pretty, like you said, deluxe item. They're like $50 a crab out here. Maybe do a trade to another friend of mine who raises goats and see if I can get some milk or some butter. That would be so cool. If I can get the milk, I can make some butter, but it'd be really cool. Or even cheese. Like, I could make farmer's cheese if I got... Oh, I would need vinegar. That one could be tricky to come by. I'm trying not to just like trade things to my friends and to have them go to the store for me and buy something, I'm trying to trade for things that are like being produced here in some form or another. I feel like the rules I'm using are a little arbitrary, but yeah, so I'm going to bait it with the trout guts. That's the plan. I got some roe from the trout too, which I almost ate, but I looked it up and freshwater roe is dangerous to eat if you don't brine it, and I didn't have any salt. You can use shells and anything you don't eat from the crabs to make a stock and broth too. 1 extra layer of savings. Yeah, dude, that's a good idea. I did that with the trout yesterday, and it was really good. I feel like after a full day, like literally breakfast, lunch, and dinner was trout. I ate 3 trout yesterday, and I was still feeling kind of like unsatisfied at the end. So I made a broth with all the cuttings, and I drank like the whole thing, and then I felt really good, much better, but still like a little bit hungry. But I picked like a gallon of blackberries and just like munched those, and that helped a lot. But I was definitely missing some grain for sure yesterday. I feel like I usually add grain to my meals to like top them off, Be sure to get meat in the middle of the crab, not just the legs and claws. Oh, you better believe it. There's so much good shit inside of the little fucking body chunk. It's a pain to get to, but yeah, that's some of my favorite meat. I like making crab cakes, and crab pasta. What else have we been making? Just like eating it straight. Those are probably my 2 main ones. They just taste so good. Scarcity changes through cooking. It really does. Loving all of this. Yeah. I mean... Yeah, I feel like one thing I'm excited about this challenge is like all the different things that you can make once with like a smaller amount of ingredients, and I'm having fun with it so far. I mean, I love cooking anyway, so it's a fun way for me to try and re-engage with that while challenging myself a little bit. Closing the loop, 100% usage rate, hats off. And shot like a goose, I bet. I did. I had a nice one today. I did. Yeah. I sure did. But yeah, it's going well. Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you guys about my dinner. My dinner was a little bit of a... In theory, it was going to be really good. I didn't realize I was missing a few core ingredients that I didn't think about. So I got a box of like mac and cheese from the food bank. I was like, oh, nice. That sounds so good. Like a creamy mac and cheese. Hell yeah. So I brought it home, and then I got an extra bag of pasta. So I was like, cool, I'll like double up the pasta so I get some more calories in there. And then I got a can of mixed vegetables and a can of chicken. And I was like, great, I'll use half the chicken and then I'll use half the can of mixed vegetables. And this will be like a hearty ass cheesy pasta. That's great. And so I got everything made, ready to go. And I was like, cool, I just got to add the cheese packet. And then I looked at the box and it's like, melt half a stick of butter and half a cup of milk and add the cheese packet to it. And I was like, oh, it's been so long that like I haven't had boxed mac and cheese in so long. I forgot that you're supposed to have milk and butter. It's not just like a magic creamy sauce packet that you add water to. So I like had this whole slurry in front of me and I was like, shit, okay, what do I do now? So I used like some of the chicken water from the can and the pasta water and just tried to boil it down a bit, figuring like I could add the cheese to that and maybe it'll get creamy, but I was too hungry. So I just took it off the burner and put it in there and like half of it immediately curdled. And then I poured it over everything. And it was basically just like a wet pasta and chicken and vegetables, like almost like a soup, but it was like a mound of pasta with a couple vegetables and chicken in there, and then in like a wet cheese broth. So, but dude, I went back for seconds. I crushed that shit. So, you know. Yeah. I didn't do it wrong per se. It still went in my stomach, and I have leftovers that will go in my stomach tomorrow. The best part about this challenge is that I'm so fucking hungry, I just don't care. And I just eat whatever the fuck I can get. But yeah, it was disappointing, I would say. I had a very different vision in my head of what I was gonna eat. But it was still great. I mean, it really kind of just tasted like chicken noodle soup with like a weird sort of savory flavor. And then I had this funky idea. I don't know why I thought this would make it better, but I was like, oh, okay, well, for my second bowl, just to jazz it up, I'll put some lemon on it. And I don't know why I thought that'd be good, because essentially that's like putting lemon on mac and cheese, which I don't think lemon and mac and cheese are like, those don't really blend, you know? I would never probably, I don't know, maybe there's a cuisine that blends mac and cheese and lemon. Maybe there's a pasta dish, but it was still not bad, just different, I would say, overall. Macaroni sludge is awesome. I use water in it my whole life since I was a kid and had no idea there was a better way. What? Well, shit. Dude, yeah, I feel like, I swear that's what we used to do when we were kids. And then I remember one of my friends showing me that you could use milk instead, and I was like, damn, this is good. What the hell? I swear that's what we used to do. I don't know if that was just like my mom showing us how to do it that way, because but I don't fucking know. I mean, obviously when I make like real deal mac and cheese these days, it's like fucking, well, actually I use coconut milk. I don't use cream, but just like basically a shit ton of butter and coconut milk and cheese and some pasta. But I just didn't think about it. It was still good. It was still worth it. The thing, hot water cheese packets. Sometimes you could use dry cream powder, no sweetener, and make it milkier. It isn't amazing, but that also works. Dude, yeah, see, I was like thinking in my head, man, I really wish I could grab that fucking milk powder that's just been sitting in my cupboard and use that right now. But I can't. You know what was funny though? I was cleaning out the car earlier and I was like pretty hungry. I was getting ready to go to the food bank. I was like trying to push off eating till it opened. And I was cleaning out the car, and then I saw there were like a couple little crusty Fritos from last weekend sitting in the like edge of the car seat. I was this close to just like, whomp. I like had the impulse, and then I was like, no. We have not stooped that low. They were like covered. There was like hair on them. They were a little soggy. I almost did it. like without even thinking. But blackberry syrup is easy to make. Equal weight sugar to berries. Place in a sterile jar and keep turning it. In about 6 months, you have syrup. Yummy. That sounds good. I like to make compote all the time. I just do like berries in the pot with some sugar and water for like pancakes or whatever. But it's not as that sounds really concentrated. I bet that's really fucking good. I mean, you put noodles in chicken stock, so that makes sense. Yeah, it was basically like a wad of chicken noodle soup. Yeah, it was okay. It was not the way. It was better than yesterday. The first trout I ate at the lake yesterday just like hit the spot. It was so good. Just plain, just like fried in a pan. The rest, like by the end of the day, I was like, I just don't want to eat trout right now. I'm done on trout. But yeah, I mean, eating nothing but fish all day long kind of takes the fun out of fish, I guess. Also, I was just surprised like how it didn't hit, like it didn't fill me the way I thought it would, because I ate a lot of fish. But I think usually I'm like battering and frying my fish, and that just fills you up way more with a lot less fish material. A stick of thyme too in the blackberry compote. That sounds good. Yeah. That's something I'm excited for the garden tomorrow, is to get some spices, because I don't have anything really for flavor. So I've got a can of chili that I'm going to beef up with some more black beans that I got from the food bank, and then the rest of the can of chicken, and then I got a pepper, so I can like add a lot of bulk to that, but use the flavor from the can of the chili so that it's like tastes a little better. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to Thursday when I get my, or wait, this is Friday when I get my salt. Plus, like a good sea salt, I feel like is all you need to flavor some things. Casseroles were my first step to making actual dishes from scratch. Nice. Casseroles are just a classic. My mom used to make Lay's potato chip casserole. I don't know if you guys have ever experienced the Lay's potato chip casserole, but I would highly recommend. Can we talk about the value of onion and garlic though? 100%. 100%. You know, I worked for somebody for a while that was like, they were like, I used to cook everything with garlic, and then I kind of just stopped and I didn't notice a difference. And I was like, that's crazy. I use just like an insane amount of garlic nowadays. I buy like the minced bottle. I know it's like kind of cheating, but it's just so easy. Man, there are some things you just like, garlic is like the thing, like pesto. I guess basil, but I make a lot of pestos that are just like, I used to make pesto with kale all the time and not put any basil in it, and I thought it tasted great. What else? Fucking pasta. I just dump garlic in pasta. I use garlic in probably every single meal, other than like a non-savory breakfast or like simple things. I'm all about the garlic. And onion too, for that matter. I go through an ungodly amount of onion. It's like hard to keep enough onions around when I'm cooking all the time. Yeah, basil definitely does like define true pesto. I feel like me and my coworkers used to argue about this all the time, but then in my mind I'm like, well, pesto is kind of just like a green thing and a nut and garlic and lemon, right? Am I wrong? And maybe some salt and I don't even put olive oil in it sometimes. I just did like a little water, and it's so good. Put that on toast. But then I had friends who were adamant that if there's no basil in it, it's not a fucking pesto. And so I don't know, but it tastes good, and it's cheap, and it's a good way to get through a shit ton of kale. Radish top or carrot top pesto too. Oh, yummy. Ooh, carrot top pesto. Actually, I haven't even tried radish top pesto either. That sounds good. Spicy. There's a bunch of weeds you can use as herbs in salad. Sorrel, purslane, wood sorrel, stuff like that might be good to have a forage. Yeah, I gotta go flex my foraging muscle a little bit. I guess in my head I was like, everything's just so dry right now. I don't know if there's much to get, but I'm sure if I went a little deeper into the woods, there's probably a ton of stuff that's like still pretty luscious in there. There's not really a lot of, I used to just like pick little things out of my yard and eat them, but I don't have a lot of that stuff here. It's like grass and then a lot of like yucky plants. I do have a fair amount of dandelion. I just feel like they're not really young anymore. And dandelion leaves, I think, don't you want to eat dandelion leaves when they're still like pretty fresh? They get bitter, I thought. But I don't know. Foraging is not like my top level specialty. It's more like something that I do with friends, or I forage very specific things, like nettle. I fuck with some nettle, especially in the spring after winter when you haven't had anything green that's been fresh in like months, and all my body wants is a goddamn green vegetable. And then the nettle all pops. Nettle pesto, dank. And it's like so dark green, and it doesn't sting you if you blend it, from my experience. Also, what I love doing with nettle is making those you know, that green Indian curry, Indian food curry. I always forget the name, but usually it's served with like paneer chunks in it. It's like a spinach curry. You can make that with nettle, and it's fucking good. Nettle's just so tasty, and it's such a versatile thing, and it just like pops. It just like explodes in the spring. You can get so much of it. If you soak dandelions in cold water for 30 minutes, it takes the bitterness out a bit. That's crazy. Also, you know what? Oh yeah, sag. Yeah, sag paneer. Thank you, Todd. Yes, dude, I'm all about that shit. I used to make that stuff at home. I would go buy paneer from the grocery. Yeah, this is a really fun challenge for me so far. I love cooking. I don't do any like cooking adjacent content, but I love cooking. A lot of my work life was, you know, restaurants and stuff for many years, and might end up returning to restaurants. Who knows? If things fail, if I fail at content creation. But anyway, I love cooking. I don't do any cooking stuff, but like when I'm not building things, or just like doing a lot of my hobbies these days center around like gathering good food that I can eat and enjoy. You know, and just like really good food that's like expensive as hell if you were to go out and buy it. And yeah. So anyway, I'm really enjoying doing this challenge for those reasons. I feel like it's a good reminder. Wish I was your work wife. No sorries, you're good. Hey, you know, I don't know if I. Oh no, I was like, I don't know if I've ever had a work wife, but no, I've had some work wives for sure. Yeah, I mean, at a restaurant, you gotta have your crushes and your crew. That's just like part of the fun. You're not participating in the incestuous nature of the food service industry. What are you even doing there? That's like a perk of the job. Anyway, so yeah, things are going good. I'm feeling way better about it today. I feel like I had some time to chill. I did some filming in the YouTube video. Day 2 is definitely going to be a little shorter. It's going to be more about just like food banks are awesome. Use food banks, donate to food banks, get out there. This is a great thing. Here's the shit I got. And then day 3 is going to be a little more fun. Tomorrow is going to be a fun day. It's going to be a big day. Crabbing is a whole, low tide crabbing is a whole thing, but it's a lot of fun. I got to figure out if I can bring my tartar with me, but we'll see. Yeah, that's it. I think that's everything. I think that's my full unpack. I'm trying to have like authentic vlog moments, but it's kind of hard. It's hard to talk to the camera and just like make sense and be normal at the same time, you know? Thanks, Bob. Yeah, I think it's gonna be great. It's really fun. Like for those of you that have never gone crabbing this way before or gone crabbing at all, like the most common way to do it is you like drop a big metal pot into the ocean and you just like bait it with something and wait, and the crabs come into the trap and then you pull it up. And I had never done low tide crabbing until I moved out here, but you basically just walk out when the water's really far and you walk all the way down into the till the water's like at your knee height and you're like way out off the beach, and you have a little net and you just go out there and like wait till you see a crab and then you scoop it up, and they're usually like hanging out in like, you know, a foot to 2 feet, maybe 3 feet of water, and you just like scoop them, throw them in your bucket, you measure them to make sure you have the right kind, you make sure they're the right sex, and then you got a crab. And some of them are big, like some of the Dungeness crab, their shells are like 8 inches wide, and then they're like, or bigger possibly, and then but their claw span is like so big that they like fight my net if I don't get them quickly enough. So it's a really fun thing. I love doing it. It's just like you never really know how many you're gonna get. You should have a hunger meter scale, 1 to 10. That's a good idea. That's a good idea. Yeah, something like people were saying in yesterday's stream, like some way to measure, like weigh myself before the challenge, or like have like some data point to like track that'll make it more interesting. So I'll have to think about that, but a hunger scale would be cool. I should have thought about that when I was starting the video, but one thing to double check is where to get free pet food in your area. Oh yeah, that's a good thing to look up. I was thinking about that. Tar, I'm not doing it for Tar. Targets to just eat normal. I I thought about taking like, I've thought before about using the food bank to like help supplement Tara's food. Sometimes they do have pet food, and I've used like extra stuff from the food bank, but I didn't feel good about taking food for her today because I don't actually like need it per se. It's more for like a challenge. But if you have a metal detector, you might find some jewelry or coins at the beach, or just some rusty trash. Dude, I love that idea, and let me tell you something. Last night, I have a couple big chunky magnets, and last night I was thinking how fun it would be to run them behind my boat in the lake and see what I pick up, like run them down on the bottom real slow. And what got me thinking about that was because when I was out on the lake yesterday, I was all excited to use this drone that I got from a brand deal like months ago. I've barely used it, and I was all excited to get some like cool cinematic shots with the drone. Like, this is going to be so cool. I'm going to get a shot of me like ripping on the boat as it follows me, and then it'll go up and like bird's eye view the skyline. It's going to be so cool. And so I like was on the boat getting it set up, finally got the software updated, everything was ready to go. I pressed the little button on top to launch it, and it's like one of those auto following drones, so it just like tracks you and follows you basically. And I have like a vivid picture of this in my mind. It literally just like plopped up off my hand. I was holding it at the back of the boat so it could follow me. It flew up off my hand over the outboard motor and just slowly lowered like out of my reach by like probably a foot out of my reach, just slowly lowered down and then just plopped into the water and started and sunk to the bottom. Just like bzzz, bloop. I was like, what the fuck? Bro, you didn't see the water there? That's crazy to me. But I just couldn't help but laugh because it was so absurd. It's like $1,000 drone. And like, I mean, I don't use it, so I'm not really upset, I guess. I was a little annoyed, but I just was like, this is $1,000 product, and it There wasn't any safety mechanism in there to tell the drone, like, watch out, you're about to fly into water. Just like, heads up, there's some water here. Watch out. It was like absurd. So anyway, my drone is at the bottom of the lake now, like 75 feet deep. It was so ridiculous. It was like, I just wish I had been filming from another angle at that moment so that I could share that video with you guys, because like I didn't even reach for it because I just expected it does, like I would do the thing where it flies up when it's about to hit something. And I was like, oh, it's going kind of low. That's weird. It's probably gonna stop. And then it just bloop. And by that time it was like 2 feet behind the boat and there was nothing I could do. So the video is going to be slightly less cinematic than I had planned. I was going to take some really sick beach shots tomorrow with the crab and the low tide, and it was going to be so badass. But I'm definitely not buying a replacement one, so that's... What are you going to do? Anyway, I was thinking about how fun it would be to run a big-ass magnet behind my boat and see if I could pick the drone up from the depths. I'm sure there's all sorts of cool shit at the bottom of lakes. So many people and families end up having to give up their pets because they don't know how to get pet food, so it's a good thing to know. Pets are family too. I know, it's woo. That's sad. Yeah, I mean, yeah. I want to make Tara's food. That's always been an aspiration for me. I was planning on doing that when I got her, but it's a fair amount of work, and I have not. Incorporating new life habits into life like that are really take me so fucking long. But she doesn't really even love her food, and we spend a lot of money on it. Right, Tar? But you don't like to eat it. I'm not sure where you are in Washington because we do have a pet food bank where I live. Nice. I'm out on the Olympic Peninsula. I don't think we have a pet food bank here, but I have not looked, so we very well might. Food bank usually has some. I would email the company and tell them what happened with the drone. Yeah, dude, I should be like, yo, it's like letting you guys know my experience. I mean, I think what happened was there's this like omni-terrain feature, and it's like, don't fly over water without this activated, but it's never been activated before, and I've flown it over rivers and stuff, and it was fine. So, and it's like, you can't just activate it. It has to like auto-activate itself somehow, and I don't know how to do it. So it could have been user error. Let's be real. It could have been user error. I'm aware of that. So I can't be that mad. It was pretty funny. So not only did I only catch 3 trout, but I lost $1,000 drone. So far the challenge is going great. I mean, we're like, what? We're only minus like $970 so far. But I didn't pay for it, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, fun day. Okay, I think I might hop off. Looks like I feel like I've said what I meant to say, and I have nothing else really to tell you guys. And chat is slowing down, which is great. It's getting late, kind of, and I do want to oh yeah, that's right. I was gonna work on, maybe I'll just work on this instead of getting off. I was gonna work on this thumbnail for my next video, but I totally forgot. I've got a new video coming out soon that I'm excited about. Sorry, Sidewalk Pirate, I totally faked you out. I'm not gonna hop off quite yet. I've got a new video I'm really excited about releasing just because it's like I put a lot of work into it. It's probably gonna flop, let's be real. But you know, it's just something else to do. Something else to try. But it's for the protest shield, or excuse me, the protest sign is what I meant. And it's basically just like a super goofy version. Go drink some water. Good idea. Oh, I got some right here. Look. Yeah. We're gonna do I did a video that's like very memey and kind of goofy and kind of dumb, but in a funny way, hopefully. And I was gonna work on our little thumbnail here, which I can't unfortunately show you guys because my computer just can't handle that. Dang, you're late to the party. What's up, Kunai? No worries. No freaking worries. I was just giving the recap of the day and how the food challenge went and all the trials and tribulations we've run into. And I was about to hop off, but I'm kind of just going to chill and work on this thumbnail for a minute and like keep chatting to you guys, I guess. Because we're here. Why not? I'm definitely getting better at setting up the live streams, you guys. It's only taking me like 5 minutes to turn it on now. We are improving. I don't know how to do this. I just want to say I'm super freaking stoked about more long form content. Good. Okay, cool. That's great to hear, Kunai. I heard you talking about it in yesterday's stream. Nice. Fuck yeah. I'm glad you're stoked. I'm also stoked. Yeah, I've got one video. Literally, I just rendered my new video today, right before I got on stream. And peace, Sidewalk Pirate. Thanks for coming through. Thanks for the convo. Yeah, I just rendered a video today, so it's ready to go. But when I release my long form now, I'm trying to, in tandem, release either an extended cut or, if it's a build video, like a slowed down tutorial walkthrough style thing on my Patreon. So I'm trying to like be more tactical with my uploads in that way, not just doing them so randomly. So yeah, I just have to do the voiceover for the little build montage and put that on Patreon, and we'll be good to go. I know. Thanks, Susie. Yeah, I am learning. I'm getting it one bit at a time. I keep being like, I should just swap over to being live on Twitch because, you know, especially because there's already a little community of us watching. It should help me grow in Twitch much faster. But then it's like, I don't know. I feel like a lot of people that watch on the stream right now. Oh, thanks for the sparkles. Spring. A lot of people who watch on YouTube right now are like YouTube only people. So I don't know. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do, but I'll probably just start multi-streaming if my computer can survive that. Let's see. But yeah, long form content. I'm really excited about it. I'm really excited to keep exploring what it's gonna look like for me. I don't have like a formula or anything yet. I don't really have a style that I feel like has found I mean, I haven't really had any of my videos like get caught by the algorithm early. Some of them have accumulated views over time. But I definitely have not had a long form video pop off yet. So I really don't have any data, very much data around what works. So I'm just trying to like get more videos out, try more things, try more thumbnails, try more titles, and yeah, try to get more established in the space. And really focus on YouTube as like my main platform moving forward, or at least long form content as my main thing, and then try to build the Patreon in tandem with that. And then live streams, I don't really know what we're gonna do with these, but I'm enjoying it for now. Hell yeah, honestly, I love your short form content, but I feel like short form is rotting my brain so hard lately. I'm dying for more long form content and stoked to hear you'll be working on more. I feel you, Kuna. I'm on the same page, dude. I feel like short form content for me has just been like, I make it and I've been making a living off it, and yet I have such strict boundaries around watching it for myself now. And I've started to observe that I just almost don't even enjoy it that much, even when I'm watching something. Like, there are definitely videos that I enjoy and they will make me laugh. There are creators that make me laugh consistently. And there's news that I get from it, but I also have been just like craving more long form, like slower stories. I've been wanting to read more. I really just want to improve as an artist in general, you know? And I think that long form content is much more challenging, and you have to be more effective at storytelling and, like, you know, scripting. There's like so much that goes into it, and editing. So I've been really trying to push myself with editing lately. Is your Patreon also Dirtbag America? Yes, I think so. Or it's Jacob Cochran. I'm pretty sure it's Dirtbag America. But if you there's a link on my YouTube profile if you need to find it there. It's one of those two, though. Whatever you do as far as content, I'm sure I'll enjoy. I've enjoyed all your shorts content. However, I'd be extra stoked to watch full build videos. Cool. Yeah, I mean, I have a backlog of build videos. They're all the shorts. The next build video I'm planning that is not something I've already done in a short is probably the greenhouse, which is still not done. The build is not done. But that's kind of my next long form plan. I also have been telling myself for a minute to put together like a full length cabin build. But I'd really love the cabin to be like finished and presentable before I do that. You have no idea what these jewels are? That's funny. I don't know what they are either, honestly. I think they're like, I think jewels give me like a couple, I looked it up or something. It's like a cent per jewel or something. I'm not really sure, but I don't know how all that. I've never been a user on the user end of live streams, like giving gifts and stuff, so out of touch with that. Do you feel like freestyle rapping right now or what? I need a beat. Give me a beat, robot. No, probably not. I mean, I can casually rhyme words together freestyle. I used to really fuck with trying to learn how to freestyle rap way back in the day. But it's interesting. I feel like I don't enjoy it as much now because I really enjoy the process of like creating like a bigger picture or a bigger story in a piece of music. Whoa, turn it up for 800 jewels. Turn it up. I was just going to say, maybe I'll do it if you give me more jewels. Oh, Tar, your food's full of ants. Oh no, that's not good. Oh no. That's a lot of ants. Sorry guys. Intermission. I gotta do some murder real fast. Some ant murder. I wonder if I put water on this if she'll still eat it. Is that animal abuse? I don't think so. I think it's fine. I eat ants all the time. Okay, Tar, we'll just let that soak for a minute. Let's do this, man. We dig it. Dirt army. Hell yeah, bruh. Hell yeah, bruh. The dirt squad. Hold on, Tar. It's coming in just a second. Let's see. How am I gonna do this? So here's what I'm working with, y'all. Can't really show you on screen, but I can show you in this form. Here's what I'm working with. We have got this photo, and what I want to do is black out black out the letters here, and then put like your message here, or like something 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 on the sign, and then like maybe some words over here. I'm not sure. That's what I'm thinking, but I'm trying to figure out an easy way to black the sign out without making it look too weird. Thumbnails are a freaking bish, you guys. I'm starting to enjoy it more. I'm trying to enjoy like the thumbnail title creation process more, but it takes time. Oh, here. You know what I'll do, since this video is memey anyway? I'll just fucking black it out like hella obvious, and then I'll just like put in some like janky looking letters. In this new video, I've kind of just been trying to embrace like being embrace shit like being bad, you know, like obviously bad kind of thing, in like in a way that is just like fuck it. Okay, make Grok do it. I've never used Grok. I'm proud to say never touched no Grok in my life. Yeah, boycott anything Elon for sure. Apologies to all the Tesla owners in the audience, but okay, what do we think? I can't tell if you guys can see that. Shit. Okay, hold on. I think it looks okay. Work of art. I agree. I'm kind of past. I just like don't care that much. I should care. There's so much caring we should all be doing about things, but I'm just like, man, fuck a thumbnail. Even though it's basically makes all the difference of whether or not your video performs. Yeah, it's so natural, right? It's so clear. Like, I was thinking about like for the letters, for the messaging or whatever, it would be like either like your message or like your words here, or like your something here, or like something like, you know, totally legal, or this is totally legal, or something like that. I can't really, I'm not sure. As an artist, 11 out of 10. Nice. I almost want it to look worse if I can. Like, if I'm gonna lean into having it look like trash, it needs to be obvious that it's trash. Also, my little pencil's not charged, so we're just doing it with the finger. I'm thinking like maybe I need like a different brush. As a YouTube viewer, honestly, I prefer older looking thumbnails at this point. I have AI and overpolished Photoshop fatigue. Me too. Me too. I feel like AI, especially, I'm like just not that interested anymore in thumbnails that are just obviously like AI bullshit, you know? Let's see, can I crop this in? I don't know if I can. Maybe use some 90s style animated GIFs, yeah. Yeah, I feel like I could with this idea, I could just like put something over it. I could also like blur it out pretty easily. Like part of it, I'm giving you guys the sneak peek of the finished product, which turned out kind of bad anyway. It's functional, but my I'm not very good with font. So, you know, it didn't turn out great, but I'm trying not to just give away what it looks like right out the gate. But I guess like I should give away some of what it looks like. Maybe I'll try blurring it. See how that works. What's up, Ken? Welcome. Many ants taste vinegary and lemony due to the fomic acid they contain. Fomic acid uses to signal alarm to the colonies. There's predators in danger. Oh, interesting. Yeah, that's one of my confessions. I've been if I find something and there's ants in it, I oftentimes I'll just eat it. Love your stuff, man. Thanks, Ken. Appreciate it. Been talking about the future on this stream. Right now we're doing a 7-day eating only what I can get for free challenge. That's going to be a long form video. I'm working on the thumbnail for a new short form video, or excuse me, a long form that I already have done about the protest sign build. So we got things in motion for sure. Make a thumbnail with Kid Pics program for that classic 90s feel. Kid Pics. I've never even heard of Kid Pics. I grew up in the 90s. What the hell? We did a LAN party last year at our house for a ton of friends, and we made the poster look ripped right out of the aughts. Word art and all. Bring back the ugly. Oh, dude, that's cool. Yeah, seriously. It's a trending vibe. For sure. Whoa, somehow my mouse connected to my iPad. The hell? How did that even happen? I did not do that. I learned to make shapes in Claire's Works. I don't know any of these things. Claire's Works. No, I guess I don't. I guess I don't remember. I don't know. What was I doing? I mean, I was playing N64 a lot and GameCube. That was most of, and going to church. That was a lot of my activities back then. I didn't get all these high quality skills until I was much older. All of these coveted trashy skills that I have now. How old are you? I'm 35. I was born in 1991. If that changes anything for anyone on their expectations of what I ought to remember. No, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Let's see. I think I could do better than that. Try this again. 1995. What was I doing in 1995? I was 4. So what was I doing? Probably like playing in the grass a lot and being outside with my friends. That if it was okay with my mom, and going to kindergarten, I guess, probably. Watching Ninja Turtles, maybe. Gosh, what else? Crying because my father had left, stuff like that, probably. It's like normal people stuff, you know. Okay, this looks all right. This looks all right. Krita is a nice open source image editor. Nice, okay, heard. Born in 90, Ken. Nice, yeah. I think most of the people who watch my videos are like 35 to 45. That's like my demo. You're 14, robot. See, we're just from different. We're those formative years. Very different. Oh, how am I gonna do this? Oh, that looks pretty good. That looks pretty good, actually. Whoops. I'm gonna show you guys the process, the progress here in a second. I feel like in YouTube thumbnails, I make everything too small. Like, it should be big. Like, less for the eye to focus on when it's really small is probably better. This is even probably a little small, like having lettering. Okay, this is what I got now. It's me, but it's blurred out. $1983, nice, Bob. What do you guys think? My lettering on the sign is almost impossible to read anyway, so I don't think anyone's gonna know what it says. Okay, we got the thumbs up from Robot J. Thank you. It's got to be super legible when you zoom out so that when people see it as small as a thumbnail, it's still readable and eye-catching. This definitely works. Okay, okay. Good. It makes me think it's something super explicit. Nice. Yeah. So one of my title ideas for this video is just like this is definitely legal. With like, I don't know. And that's it. Just like, this is definitely legal. And then this picture, or maybe like a different thumbnail for that one with like the sign in actual view or something. And then just being like, you know, making a protest sign. That's one of my title ideas. Another title idea is making in parentheses totally legal out of parentheses protest sign. Because like kind of the shtick in this video is that bringing a shield to a protest is banned in a lot of counties and can also get you like targeted by law enforcement because they think you're gonna incite violence, which is kind of crazy because of the fucking shield. So, you know, the workaround being, oh, well, we could just paint words on something and then it's a sign. We'll just do a sign. We don't have to do a shield. We'll just do a sign. So definitely works. Definitely. Okay, cool. They might think it says 8647. Careful not to get indicted for threats. What's 8647 mean? You don't have to say it in chat if it's... What the fuck? My Mac mouse is working on my iPad. And on my computer. I can like scroll the mouse all the way to the right and then it works on my iPad. That's crazy. I gotta text my girlfriend. She just called me and I have to tell her I'm streaming. $86 in restaurant means, oh yeah, like 86 the person. Oh, 8647, like Trump's the 47th president, right? I'm with it. Well, I mean, it doesn't say that. So, right there, I should be in the clear. Right? You know? They can't be... I can't get in trouble for doing something. I can't get in trouble for not breaking any laws. But should be fine. It should be fine. We should be fine. I think I like the blurred version the most. It kind of makes it obvious. Like, I like what you said, Robot, about thinking it makes it look like something super explicit, because I feel like that'll line up with the title of, like, this is totally legal or something like that. I just don't know what I would put for the text with that title. Like, what would I put on the image with that title? Maybe I don't know. Hey, what's up? Thanks for joining, Ken. Hell yeah. Yo, what's up, Dismal Peanut? I am alive. I'm still here. I'm still here. I'm still functioning. Totally a sign. Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah. Brainstorming this shit is so hard sometimes. I was being sarcastic, but in this day and age, people get pew-pewed for less. Seriously, amen. Gotta watch out here. If you're walking around with, I also read that if you have helmet and pads on at protests, then they look at you and think that guy's here to commit violence, not protect himself from projectiles and other non-lethal weaponry, and even just crowds. Just existing, being in like a crowd that gets spooked is pretty, people get like fucked up, you know? Watched your VOD from yesterday, you seemed hungry. I was hungry, dude. I was like, I should go back and rewatch that, because I feel like the whole time I was a little bit like dazed and just like out of it. I also just got so sunburned and had enough exposure that day that, yeah, I felt like a fucking different person. I was just fried. So I'm feeling a lot better today. I ate like a mountain of super weird pasta meal that I got from the food bank, but it worked. It did the trick. I see the gears turning in there. I'm thinking Willie Hod. I'm Willie trying to figure it out. All right. Let's see. Oh yeah, and right now we're trying to, I'm just trying to work on this thumbnail while we chill. But I know my keyboard was up right there and you didn't really get to see it. What does this do? Glad you got some grub in you. Thank you. Yeah, I hit the food bank today. I got so much shit. We're like locked and loaded. And now it's kind of cool. I was saying before, like, I wasn't sure if this challenge was going to be more about survival, or if it was going to be more like, when I first started, I assumed it would be more like just me trying to find food and barely, you know, scraping it together. But after today, I'm like, actually, I think the way this challenge is going to turn out is like, you know, now I've got like day 2, I've got like a staple base of calories established. And now I just get to level up. Like, how good can I eat and not spend any money? You know? So I'm feeling really good about it. I'm feeling still very full, and I've got a huge amount of leftovers. I've got a can of chili and some black beans and some peppers and like half a can of chicken left over for tomorrow for a big ass meal. And then tomorrow I'm going crabbing to get some dungees, hopefully get some big ass crabs if I can get lucky, and working with my friend at a garden doing a little work trade to get some fresh veg. So we have got a whole plan. Oh, you know what might work in this thing? I don't know. I don't know if this will work. Let's see. I'm gonna plug you guys in. See if we can run this today. If we can run this today, that'd be cool. If you lived in my neighborhood, your challenge would be super easy. My kids and I have stand set up by the side of the street. We fill it every day with fresh pickled produce from our garden, free. Ooh, nice, robot. That's sick. Yeah, my girlfriend's trying to do something similar. She does a lot of ceramics. She's trying to do like a ceramic / free plant because they've got like a shit ton of plants. A little like nursery, like a free, library, but for plants and extra ceramic stuff. How often do I stream? I'm my schedule up to this point, and other people in the stream might challenge me on this a smidge, but my schedule has been roughly 2 p.m. on Fridays, like once a week. I've missed a few. I've started early some days, I've started late some days, and I've streamed on other days, but primarily 2 p.m. on Fridays. That's been the goal. I might do earlier moving forward because I want to do some work on stream. We're building like a little trailer wagon, like a small little Vardo wagon situation. That I got the trailer and the building on it for free. It was all messed up with water damage, and I've committed to only working on that on stream. So once we get through this challenge, maybe even during the challenge, because if I can get enough food going, then I don't really have to like be as frantic as I was yesterday or today. But anyway, after this challenge, we'll start working on that again. Got to finish up the greenhouse. I got a bunch of projects